नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे योऽनन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमितां प्रसूप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वताम्नाम् अन्यास्तहस्तचरणं श्रवणत्वगादीं प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् एकस्त्वमेव भगवान् इदमात्मशक्त्या मायाकयोर्गुणया महदस्य शेषम् श्रुत्वानुदृष्ट्या पुरुषस्तसतगुणेषु नानेव दार्शोऽपि वावसु असाति विभाषि मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणम् परमानन्दमाधं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम्. So a warm welcome to all of you once again for this wonderful session. Last week we are discussing on Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, so let's continue with the same pastime today also, because could not complete that whole session. Probably it may take two more sessions. I don't know. So let's try to cover all the points so that more than completing a session, we should be more interested in getting to know more uh, uh, in detail, to know the pastime in detail. So last week we discussed till where Dhruva Maharaj, he was very badly insulted by his stepmother Suruchi, and he was so embarrassed, and it was such an embarrassing situation for him. And so he, with just like a snake hissing, so he had a heavy breath. So Dhruva, he ran to his mother Suniti, to take her shelter and take some to get some to get consoled from by her. So yes, today we will be discussing a very important thing, that Suniti, she gives very important three golden pieces of advice, which was very much transformed Dhruva Maharaj. So, so such a wonderful, glorious mother. We should learn from the Srimad Bhagavatam how a mother should be, and such a wonderful uh, piece of advice she gives. Because Dhruva, he was so much embarrassed, he was so much humiliated, because not only mom, stepmother and a father, because so many people around him was there. They're all seeing, as a Kshatriya, he could not tolerate those insults as a Kshatriya. So he wanted to, one was he wanted to get his father's position. And the second one was he wanted to, he had a vengeance against Suruchi because she insulted him. So he was very much determined to avenge, and to teach a good lesson to his stepmother, Suruchi. So he had so much of bitter feelings, and not only towards Suruchi, but also towards Uttama. So I always said before also in last session. So that is uh, such a nasty thing, that ego or envy. So envy is such a thing that once you start envying someone, so it spreads. It is like contagious disease. So Uttama did not do anything. Uttama was his stepbrother, but still he had bitter feelings towards Uttama also. So then Uttama was simply sitting on father's lap and without hurting Dhruva. But still he became an object of Dhruva's envy. That you have to understand here, that is the nature of the enviousness. If we envy someone, we envy their husband, envy their wife, envy their children, envy their friends, everyone. So that is the nature of the envy. So in a great pain, what he did, so he went with so much of pain, so much of anger he had. Dhruva, he proceeded towards the mother and went to Suniti. And actually, just you have to imagine here, When Dhruva was so much humiliated, actually nothing felt very comfortable for him. He was in opulent palace. Everything was so lavish lifestyle, and the facilities was everything. And there's numerous servants around him everywhere. Just a beck and call, they'll be at his footstep. And the people. So we have to understand, when the people we love are indifferent to us, so everything becomes useless. So even though we have so many things around us, all the opulence around us, but the people who are staying along with us, who are indifferent to us, they don't like us, they don't love us. Probably even we don't want to enjoy that. So when Dhruva reached his mother, so for some solace, some pacification, so Suniti lifted Dhruva and placed him on her lap, and there was tears was rolling down from Dhruva. So before Dhruva explained all those things to Suniti, Suniti already had got the message that such thing has happened. So Suniti's messengers were there all around. So they also ran back before Dhruva could reach out his mother. So they had informed the Suniti about the whole situation, whole scenario. So which mother can tolerate any son's pain, right? No one can tolerate. So, but she was not a person who was much interested in any quarrel or to get into the complaints or to fights and things like that. So she was very glorious lady, and also great devotee of Krishna. So she was very much matured. She was well equipped with a lot of knowledge and intelligence, and she was able to handle a situation so wonderfully, so beautifully. So we have to understand that is a greatness of the motherhood. That Suniti understood what her son's feelings was. So she wanted to prioritize what first she wanted to bring to a son's notice, that you have this negativity. No, to eliminate that negativity is very much first it's very much important, because it creates a negative impression on your heart, and you will be suffering. So first you have to give away that revengeful thoughts, revengeful ideas against the stepmother or father or stepbrother. So she prioritized this very much important point, and this is very much important in your life, that sometimes when negative things uh, in our life, it only increases, it never decreases. It only increases when you sleep, when you're eating, when you're doing all the activities. The negativity will be keeping on and on and on. Why did she did like this? Why did he did like this? Why he spoke like this? So best is to divert the mind from something into positive thing, so that we can make the situation little less painful. So that is the best way of diverting it to the positive things. Else, negative which only increases. It spoils. All these crimes and all this happens, which we see in the newspapers. It's only because of this negativities. First of all, our thoughts, our feelings, our bringings, everything is negative, negative. So over and above something happens, you always will be thinking about that. Why this happened to me? Why injustice happened to me? So just like Dhruva is also always thinking, first she wanted to bring down that. So the first piece of golden advice what she gave was, Mamangalam tata pareshu mamasti. Mamangalam pareshu mamasti. Wonderfully, she says that, my dear son, that please don't wish some ill fortune or ill feelings for others. Even though they have caused some pain to you, please don't have ill feelings towards others. That is a wonderful advice, the first advice he is giving. Uh, so please don't have any ill feelings for others, or don't curse someone because you have been hurted. Uh, so they have created a pain. You have to tolerate. So she's saying tolerate. So it's very easy to say, but very difficult to follow. But here, as a mother, she also has been affected very badly. because the mother-son duo relationship is so strong, because because child is very young, he is just a child, and anything happens to child, obviously it hurts the mother's ego also. So, but at this situation, at this point, this juncture, even she is saying that tolerate. So, second piece of advice, beautiful advice she gives is, so bhukte paradukkaha. So she's saying those, please understand, Dhruva, that please understand this, that anyone who inflicts pain to you, or anyone who inflicts pain to someone, so it's only because of they might have given sufferings to them, probably previously, sometime else. So, so that is she says very beautifully that please understand that anyone who inflicts pain upon others suffers oneself from that pain. So that is the second one. So third one was that they will also suffer, that karma philosophy she is saying. So the the piece of golden advice what she gives is, so anyone who inflicts pains upon someone, the person has to suffer. The person who takes inside, he is the only sufferer. So, um, so this Suniti means what? Suniti means that Suruchi would suffer too in the future. That don't worry. So one thing is that since someone is inflicting pain upon you, who is suffering? Who is suffering? The person who has the victim is suffering. That is one advice. And the second advice, what is she is giving is, one meaning to that is, that person who has given inflicted pain to me, don't worry, tomorrow she'll also get some pain to others, because it is a karma concept. So don't worry. So we may think like that. Is it like that? So does Suniti is also cursing, because first piece of advice itself, she is saying that don't have ill feelings, or don't have ill fortune to others, those who have cause pain. Then she is saying here that, and anyone who is inflicting pain upon others suffer others from that pain. So how is this? Whether so we have to understand, yes, Suniti. So we have to understand clearly. See, a lot of dharma, the nuances of dharma is there here. So here, Suniti means that Suruchi would also suffer in the future? No, that is not the case. Because the first one, the first advice is something different, that don't inflict, don't even think bad about someone, or curse on someone. So here, that verse very beautifully, it says that the essence of what Suniti is saying here is that we must have inflicted some pain. See, it's the other way around. We might have some inflicted some pain upon someone in the past, and that's how that pain is coming back to us now. So in no way that you have to have grudge or avenge, show your vengeance towards her. So very much important, she is saying that. So we have to understand clearly that it is because we might have inflicted some pain to someone else in our previous life, in the past, and that pain is coming back to us probably through Suniti, so Suruchi, to your to your stepmother. So Suniti words is she's explaining about the reactions of chain of karma. She's explaining. So sometimes it so happens that someone starts blaming us, someone starts criticizing us. We also want to criticize them. We also wanted to accuse them. We also wanted to blame them, who has caused the pain to us. But here she's taking second was saying, no, no, whatever the pain or suffering you might have been undergoing now, it's because of your previous life. You might have inflicted pain on someone else that is coming back to you. So, so here very beautifully it is said in Prabhupada gives a purport. He gives example of a thief. So if a thief does theft in some house, so as a punishment, the thief has to be put in the jail. So punishment given to a thief is a reaction for his theft, isn't it? So it is meant to prevent him so that he would not again in the future he will not steal. But does that punishment given to the thief fully compensate for the theft or for the pain undergone by the victim? It will not fully compensate, right? Because the punishment what the victim underwent till they got the things back and the thief was arrested, that pain which they underwent, that can't be compensated by arresting the thief. Because after getting after the thief is arrested and they may get their money back. So the delay in retrieving the money, the time gap by the police retrieving the money would have left them worried so much stressed out, isn't it? So in the first place, so we have to understand in the first place, thief stole. Why he has to steal from only that person amongst millions of others? So why only that person, that family has to be a victim? So this is all karmavada. We have to understand this. So one answer is karma, we can say, because the reaction of one's past deeds, or maybe a destiny or a fate, whatever. So that the time till you got back the money or the thief was arrested, the amount of suffering or the pain or the traumas or pressure or stress you might or you so got so much worried you might have undergone, it can't be compensated by simply the thief is killed or simply that can't be compensated. That you have to undergo. So how that the pain has come? Because of that destiny that you might have given some pain to someone else previously, the same person as a thief who might have given. So we may reap this result of our same action through different agents. So it may be this one or to be something else. So thief can be considered as only an instrument. So of any victim's karma. So that we have to understand. However, so we are not trying to minimize here that the thief has to be let down, all those things. Thief has to be caught, thief has to be punished, and all those things. The wrongdoings of the thief has to be reprimanded. That is there. But the amount of stress and the pain and the worries what the victim underwent. So why that is because, or anything maybe, anything of that sort maybe, is because we might have done something to someone else and that is coming back to us. So the victim's balance of pain is due to his past misdeeds. So the balance probably settled now by the medium of the such a thief. So this is a law of nature. It's very much important that every thing which happens in our life, the experiences which happens in our life, it is because of our wrongdoing in our previous life. So this is the second situation. She is saying that many times it goes out of control. So, but what is important is situations when it goes out of control. What is more important is what our response to it is. How we respond to that situation is matters the most. So this advice, Dhruva, this two advice never appealed Dhruva because as a you are so much humiliated. Mother, what is this philosophy you're telling? Is okay. All those things. You're telling about the past karma. You're telling about not to envy anyone. That is okay. The dharmic principles you are saying, fine. Still, he was not satisfied. So third, the piece of the advice what she gave was such a wonderful that whatever she said, that whatever your stepmother has said is right. It is a fact that you are born from an unfortunate woman. I am an unfortunate woman because your father doesn't love me. And you're so unfortunate that you're born from my stomach, my womb. So although Suruchi's words were very harsh to hear, so she did something wonderful. So Suruchi, even though her words were so harsh, she did something wonderful. What is the wonderful thing? That she told to worship Lord Vishnu. And by worshipping Lord Vishnu, you can fulfill all of your desires. And you can have desire of sitting on your father's lap or throne by worshipping Lord Vishnu. That is a wonderful piece of advice. Even though our words may be harsh, don't worry. This is very important, she is saying. So you better follow that advice. She is saying that she is saying what your stepmother said is right. You better follow that advice. So whatever desire you may have, everything will be fulfilled. Nothing to worry. And but please keep in mind, please give up your enviousness attitude. This will not help you in any way. Such a wonderful mother. She is trying to build his inner personality, isn't it? And she is saying that only Lord Vishnu can satisfy all of your desires and wishes. Obviously true, because here Uttarapada, even socially speaking, Uttarapada was not so much favoring the Suniti. And Dhruva Maharaj was also a very young boy. So what he could do? So he's saying, Adokshada Pada Padam. So you take shelter of Adokshada. You take this advice very seriously. So here, Suruchi, instead of accusing Suniti, instead of accusing Suruchi or Uttanapada, so she maturely directed Dhruva to take shelter of Vishnu. So generally what happens when someone hurts us, it's very difficult to identify any good in someone. Either good in the words or actions, very difficult. Someone is scolding you, someone is very eager, envy at you, someone is angry at you. So during those times, very difficult for us to find any good in those people. But here Suniti told Dhruva that what Suruchi's statement about taking shelter of Lord Vishnu is really true. It is really correct. And please take this statement very seriously. So don't take other things. Take this one. You can satisfy. You can fulfill. So please understand here, Suruchi. So even though Suruchi had so much hatredness for the Suniti, she was so mature, so wonderful mother that she had no hatredness against the Suruchi. So even though even though Suruchi was so much has hatred towards the Suniti never hated the Suruchi. So this is a wonderful statement we have to understand from this thing, the greatness of the devotees, how mature they should be, maturely how should they act, not just react, respond to situations. I always tell this, we have to respond to situations. Otherwise, even animals will react. If Suniti also started reacting to Suruchi's hatred words, then it's just like a cockfight. Cockfight. But here, the Bhagavatam is showing how a devotee should have etiquettes, how a devotee should react. So how a devotee should respond to situation, not react to situation, respond to situation. And she further says that your father, Uttanapada, was the son of Swayambhu Manu, and Swayambhu Manu was the son of Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma, he himself got all the energies and indications and directions from Lord Vishnu, from his heart, how to create this universe. So only by worshipping Lord Vishnu, and you can even get you can even get greater. You can become more greater than your grandfather, Brahma. So what Manus have achieved, what Brahmas achieved, more than that you can get if Lord Vishnu is pleased. And you are pleased for important, you should worship Lord Vishnu, and all your desires will be completely fulfilled. So please take his shelter. And he's very kind to his devotees. Don't worry. Always keep him in your heart, and he can guide you very beautifully. See, sometimes if someone inappropriately behaves with us, someone who inappropriately behaves with us, and what we will do generally, the negative feelings would come in us, isn't it? Negative feelings would come in us. But here it is showing that negative feeling which has come in us, who are the victim? We are the victim. Who are the first victim of the negativity? We are the first victim of negativity. So when someone comes with the agitated mind, someone will be angry. Someone, it's like, wow, you're driving a car or something. You stop somewhere. From backside, they're horning, and immediately they come and they started scolding you. That is a common thing, especially in Bangalore. They come with agitated mind. They preconceived things, or in a family or something like that, something preconceived. Oh, he's like this only. Oh, she is like this only. So when with agitated mind, when they come, we shouldn't speak in such a way that aggravates their negativity. Then negativity opposite charges, what will happen? Repel each other, right? So rather we should try to bring them towards positivity. Just keep quiet. And sometimes you should not smile also. Smile, they will think. So you're making fun of them. So very much important that we should bring peace and people to the positivity, or keep quiet, or take breaths, look somewhere else. Don't look at them, things like that. So she said, I can only give you affection as a mother, my child, but the love of Lord is so much to his devotees, more than millions of mothers. I am nothing. I am just one mother who can give you little love to you. And the Lord Vishnu is such a great person that he can give the love of millions of mothers to you. And you should take shelter of him. And see, Suniti was such a great devotee. To handling such a situation, it requires a lot of maturity. Really, I would have never thought. Most of us would have never thought. Rather, I would have thought that she would take the Dhruva, hold his Dhruva hands and go to Uttanapada and ask justice in front of Uttanapada, in front of the assembly. I would have I would have thought only that. So, what is maturity? Maturity is ability to convert a negative situation into positive opportunity to grow in life. Because who is the beneficiary here? The person who is learning from the lesson is a beneficiary. So what is a maturity? Maturity is not become very senior. You have got all the college, all the degrees, and you're getting so much money and so much position, status quo, everything is fine, high. No, that is not maturity. Maturity is the ability to convert a negative situation into a positive opportunity to grow in life. You should use that opportunity to grow in life, because every time some negative things would always be coming. So we have to understand, when someone start neglects us, or someone start ignores us, someone start abusing us, someone start mistreating us. So we have to understand that this is common in life. Things would happen. Some people will neglect, people will ignore you, people will neglect you. Probably not now. When you become a little old, definitely people neglect. When you're no more earning, when you are no more have capacity or capability to run around your house, then you have the neglect. So right now you have to understand from this wonderful pastime. That's very common in life. So it may be in kinds of in terms of one's words, in terms of one's behavior. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally also it may happen. So sometimes blame, sometimes the blaming game and arguing, all those things is a natural reaction. But one should outgrow this stage, and maturely he should consider the right course of action. And this way he can become a pure devotee. The process of becoming pure devotee is all lies in our hands. How to become mature in our thought, in our actions. So then when she says, take shelter of the Lord, and we have to understand that Suniti had no hatredness towards the Suruchi, even though she had insulted her son. So Suniti never envied Suruchi. Suniti never envied Uttama. Suniti never envied the Uttanapada. So one should be pure at heart. So she tried to calm down the Dhruvas, that so much of anger and hatredness. And with that third beautiful advice, piece of golden advice she gave, that Dhruva was much interested. That he took up to his heart. So even though the first two advice it didn't appeal to him, the third one was really very serious. It hit his heart, and he liked it very much. The idea of worshipping the Lord, so that he can fulfill all of his desire. So see, at the age of 5, it is very difficult to have. See what children at the age of 5, whatever you say, they take it very seriously. They don't have so much comprehensive power to think that, oh, whether God exists, oh, where is God, how can I have a conversation with him, what is the process. Hmm? So that inhibitions are not there, that preconceived notions are not there. So that preconceived notions are not there, that we have to understand. So that when she said, he immediately took it so seriously. So he came to a conclusion that I must attain a position where it is even greater than my grandfather Brahma. So such great determination he had. Such he was so much passionate, so much fire as a Kshatriya. It was there in his blood, and immediately he left home. Actually, even probably even Suniti might have never thought that Dhruva would leave home. Because obviously she would get to know even the boy, small boy is going outside. Some soldier is there outside near the gatekeeper. He would stop or he would get the information back to Uttanapad. No, no, the son is going outside. Yeah, Rajaputra is going outside and without any armor, without any help, without any support. So things may be there. But she was always thinking he may not go, but take shelter of Vishnu. That is there. But somehow he made a point that I should not be noticed by anyone because someone may stop me and bring me back. He was so intelligent and immediately left to the forest, headed to the forest. He left all the comforts of palace, everything behind. And what he had, he wanted to please Lord Vishnu. He don't know where Vishnu is. Probably even some Vishnu temple, it may be only in their kingdom. Because age of 5, how many times children might have gone to a temple? Everything was in the kingdom only. So, so just imagine he didn't know where is forest, which direction is the forest, and how to go there. Whether I will get coffee, tea, break, or breakfast, lunch, dinner in the forest. Nothing he knows. He doesn't know that there are the wild animals there, there are wild mosquitoes there, and he'll not be having any plate or a jug to or a spoon or to eat or drink or whatever it is. So what would happen to him? Just imagine. But his desire to worship Lord Vishnu was so intense, so much determined that he left home and he went to the forest. Just imagine that because of his such a great determination that he wanted to avenge for his stepmother's behavior and to get the position of even greater than the grandfather Brahma, that Lord was there in the heart. He saw the determination. Probably it is a misdirected determination. So when Dhruva entered the forest, he asked, "Where is the forest?" That is probably he might have removed all the golden necklace and all the throne and all the clothes, or just like any uh, you know the Rajaputra would be wearing. So young king would be wearing. So all those things he removed, and so that no people not notice him. So you should just meditate in that way, right? So then he, because there was no GPS before or a mobile where for him to find where is a Turvekere forest or Bandagatta forest. Even if we want to go, we will put GPS. So he got the forest and went to the forest. because there'll be kingdom, and around the kingdom there'll be a city, right? And after the city, probably there'll be some town, then village, then there'll be a forest. So he passed through all those things without anyone's notice, and he went to the forest, to a deep forest. He went to the deep forest. So till then, Lord is just checking his determination, his passion, his fire. Then Narada Muni, then it so happened, Lord, who is there in everyone's heart, he wanted to help this Dhruva. So Lord knew all the reasons behind what the Dhruva's determination was. So to guide such an inexperienced boy, what he did, he wanted to guide that Dhruva. So he sent Narada Muni. Narada Muni was sent so that Narada Muni, he also got a message from Lord Vishnu from his heart, and immediately Narada Muni also reached that place so that he can properly guide him. This misdirected determination which he has. So here, when Narada Muni got to know this news, Narada was so wondered, so marveled, so wondered. Wow, what a determination of a Kshatriyas is. What is the nature of a Kshatriya is, my God, at the age of 5, he cannot tolerate the slightest infringement or slightest humiliation. What is their prestige? They wanted to hold that prestige. Just a 5 years old boy. And he left his father's home just because of harsh words of his stepmother. Wow. So he was just wondering that. So Narada finally he approached Dhruva and he said, then he said in the mid of forest, and he touched Dhruva's head, and Dhruva took the blessings of the Narada, and the Narada started explaining. So Narada saying that, yeah, I got to know all the news that you have come to the forest alone and you want to fulfill your desire. But do you know this forest means there are a lot of ferocious animals will be there. Are you not fearful that they're going to eat you? Probably there's some ferocious animals you might have seen probably in the kingdom in some zoo under the bars, behind the bars. But he's saying there be this thing. Are you not fearful? Narada is asking. So and Narada is saying, why are you taking your stepmother so seriously? You are little boy. You should be absorbed in playing. And what difference much it makes between honor and dishonor, or honor and insult for you? Nothing. No, you're a small boy. People also not take seriously. So Narada Muni understood the Dhruva's mind. So he wanted to just test his determination. So Narada Muni he also started preaching that everyone in this material world faces some kind of the problems is only because of the reaction of their previous lives or previous actions. Whether someone enjoys or someone suffers, it's all because of the previous actions. So whether it's honor or dishonor, it's all because of the previous actions. So it's all arrangement of the Supreme Lord. Don't worry, it is a karma. So why a wise person, an intelligent person should not be affected by this. So he is also preaching, just like what my mother was saying. So similar words, all these things. It is all the cause and effect. So it's all arrangements of the Supreme Lord. Don't worry, give it up. You should not be affected. You intelligent person should not be affected by this. Give it up, all those things. So now this didn't appeal to the Dhruva. So he was, this preaching never appealed to Dhruva. He was so ambitious. So he wanted to take revenge for that, for the such a harsh attitude of his stepmother. So further, he explains, beautiful explanation Narada gives, that you have decided to worship Lord Vishnu, that too in the forest. You know what is the meditation in the forest means. Whatever your mother has told, that is true. But I don't think that it will be possible for you, because it's very, very difficult for to practice some austerity in the forest, because you are born in the kingly life. and things like that. And it's very difficult. Even the great sages, great munis, they do a lot of tapasya. They perform a lot of austerities for thousands of years, and they do a lot of meditation, lifetimes after lifetimes. But even after so many years of their practice, they may not get even a glimpse of Lord Vishnu's presence, Lord Vishnu's the form. Probably they may not be successful. So in that case, what to speak about you, young boy, 5 years old, and you should not really endeavor for this. It is very difficult. It will not be very successful to get the mercy of the Lord, to get the blessings of the Lord. Vishnu is very, very difficult. Better you go home. When you grow old, that time you can come. Not now. When you become old, when you understand maturely and you are able to control your senses and all those time, then you can come. So here, just imagine, just like Narada is trying to test Dhruva, similarly in our lives, when we take something to achieve as a goal, when you are so much determined to achieve a goal, it also be tested at any moment, at any time, and by anyone. But one who passes this test, because he has completely firmly he's fixed to the goal and he is not deviated by any of such things, he will only attain success. Oh, it will not happen. Oh, this is not possible. Oh, that, this. So many people will try to pull out leg and try to prove that it is not possible. It will not be possible for you. So similarly, just like Narada is trying to bring down Dhruva's passion. So here, very much important, many times, many things in our life, many tests will happen. So if you are really determined, then Lord will send a guide like Narada in our lives. Just like we are so determined, we actually, somewhere in our heart, we wanted to get something really good. That's why Srila Prabhupada was sent to us, isn't it? That's why only few of us, we have got Srila Prabhupada and the whole parampara knowledge and the whole process. Such a wonderful thing. It's not something created by someone else. So it is there right from Krishna himself. So we should keep ourselves satisfied in at whatever condition it may be, happiness or distress. So Krishna will help me. That kind of conviction. Avashya rakshate Krishna vishwasa balavad drudam. Then automatically Lord will send through even though if you are so loyal to Srila Prabhupada, so loyal to Krishna, automatically Srila Prabhupada will send right kind of devotees, right kind of situations will come so that we progress, we become mature in our life, in bhakti. So, like this, very importantly, here Narada Muni, he is trying to test the Dhruva's determination. So, sometimes someone who come in our life to help us, so they may also test us. It is not possible, give up. Very difficult. Our own minds say that, isn't it? So, similarly, he is saying this all happiness and distress, it is all part of life. It is conditioned as one part of life. So it should not be disturbed by those such dualities, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So please understand, we should go beyond the dualities. You should tolerate, tolerate, tolerate. Then you become eligible to the liberation. Tam Krishnasva Bharata, Krishna Singh. So now you return home. You are so young boy. You return home. Forget about your all the thoughts which you have. Give away all those things. When you become mature, you come back. And this is a good advice that I'm giving to you. So we have to understand that when we meet and this one more thing Narada Muni he says is one is about he says about it's all the action of the Lord Vishnu, and second one he says about is you should go beyond all the dualities, and third one he says that is that we should know how to deal with the people. So how to have a healthy relationship. So he's saying that, oh dear Dhruva, that whenever we meet someone in our life, There are three classes of people, three kinds of people in our life which come in our life. Who are they? Those who are more qualified than us, and those who are equally qualified with us. And third one is those who are less qualified than us. So in easy words to put here, Narada Muni is saying there are people who are seniors, people who are equals, people who are juniors. So we all should learn. We should learn the art of interacting with the people so that we can avoid all the unpleasant circumstances, all the misunderstandings, all miscommunication. So this is the best way to do. So to remain unaffected in our daily dealings, we should know, we should be matured enough to learn and act in a way so that who are my juniors, who are my equals, who are my seniors. So this is the golden principle the Narada is saying. So how we should do that when someone is more qualified than us, what we should do that we should be happy instead of being envious with them. And when you meet someone who's less qualified than ourselves, then what we should do? Then we should be kind, and should not be harsh with them. We should be kind with them, compassionate to them, and very merciful to them who are less qualified. And the third one is when you meet someone who is equal to you, then you should have friendship with them. So instead of competing with them, you should have good relationship with them, good friendship with them. So these are the kind of the healthy relationship which can have. So she is anyway senior than you in age and all those things. So we should know how to deal with this three kinds of people. So in this way, please give away. So Narada, first he spoke about the karma concept. Second one is the will of God. And third one is the art of dealing with the people. None of this appealed the mind of Dhruva. He was so much determined. He was so much determined. And frankly, he speaks, he openly he speaks that Swamiji, Naradaji, that I reject all your advice. Sorry. Thank you. He says, if possible, if you want to help me, please help me. Or otherwise, please go away. So Dhruva was so silent, and he started speaking. That he took all the advice of Narada. He started speaking. So even though mentally he denied, he physically he opened his mouth and he started speaking. That you are kindly taught me such a wonderful way to attain peace of mind and how to be not disturbed in this material world despite all happiness and distress, everything. It is certainly very good instructions. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But as far as I am concerned, this kind of philosophy doesn't suit me. Sorry for that. It is not touching my heart. I cannot accept those instructions. So don't think I'm impudent and don't think it is as my fault. But I am born as a Kshatriya, so unable to follow the piece of advice which you are giving. Probably it is good for some Brahmanas, some sober people, but I am a Kshatriya, so I cannot bear the humiliation. I cannot bear the humiliation. Honestly, is expressing. Honestly, is expressing that the tolerance. You're telling about tolerance. You're telling about forgiveness. Yes, yes, it suits Brahmanas. But I am a Kshatriya. I get disturbed by harsh words, and I cannot keep quiet. I have to retaliate to all. I cannot tolerate. I have to retaliate. Please understand this. Dhruva Maharaj is preaching back to Narada Muni. So here, Narada Muni wholeheartedly appreciated. He wholeheartedly appreciated. Honestly, Narada also appreciated the straightforwardness. Narada Muni did not take the offense of Dhruva. So please understand here, you can speak uh, something so the relationship is very much great that if you are very straightforward, if you are really genuine, so without any having any prejudices in you, and definitely the other party will appreciate it. So he clarified, that is my intention. So within the three worlds, I can't compromise the determination or ambition which I have. That is my goal of my life. I can't go back, look back and go back to my house. It's a great humiliation as a three also. So here clear communication was established. The intention of the Dhruvas completely was expressed. So there was a honest and a straightforwardness. So similarly, in our relationship also, if the relationship has to sustain, so this kind of diplomacy, this kind of hypocrisy will not work. Sometimes in family life only we will see all those things. Children and parents, husband and wife, colleagues and relatives, in-laws, a lot of diplomacy, a lot of hypocrisy. It only strains the relationships. So Dhruva confidently he asking he is favored with the Narada that you are a son of a Brahma and you travel all over the universe and you travel to benefit all of them. So kindly show me a way so that I can fulfill my ambition. Please instruct me in that way. So Dhruva's motive was very clear. And clearly he is saying, even though Dhruva's motive was so much materialistic and so much selfish, but in front of a pure devotee, he is asking him a materialistic desire. So even in that case, Narada Muni supported the mentality of the mentality of the Dhruva, and he said that yes, what your mother said is true, that you have to take shelter of Lord Vishnu to attain all your ambitions. Even if you have actually to worship Lord Vishnu is to what? To worship Lord Vishnu to be selfless, to worship Lord Vishnu without any material motives, isn't it? Okay, so, asking Shiva, there's so many asuras, they wanted this, they wanted that. Like it may be Hiranyakashipu, it may be Ravana, it may be some asuras, so many asuras, Bhasmasura and so many asuras, right? So they also wanted benediction, but they are not pray to Lord Vishnu because Lord Vishnu he will say, I will take all your material desires. So here to worship Lord Vishnu means it should be without any material motives. So very importantly, we have to understand that when you present things in a right way, very genuine way, and the guru can understand and he can properly guide you. We should not be kapatya, should not be duplicitous in our nature, in our dealings with anyone it may be. So it should be very clear. It should not be such kind of our communication should be very, very clear. It should not be without any diplomacy or hypocrisy like that. So this that we have to learn from this. Sometimes we take some favors from someone, and just to fulfill that what the favor they have done, we become servants to them. I have personally experienced. So I made a point that I will not take it. Someone gives some dhoti or someone gives, see, in my life as a brahmachari, actually, even you should not take even that from anyone, any money or dhoti from anyone. Because tomorrow you may feel when they come to temple, oh, I have to give some prasadam to him. Or the person will ask some favor from me. Things are like this in material world. And we become, that's what you take any favors from someone, you will become servants of them. So, no, that mind, Dati Pratigranhati Gukhyama Kyati Prachati, that is very much true. As Upadeshamrita, the fourth verse says, that in order to develop that good relation, the Dati Pratignahati Gukhyama Kyati Prachati, Bhukti Bhoje Shaiva Shadvida Sharanagati. For these are the six the principles of principles so that it can help us in Sharanagati. Yes, true. But a devotee should be always keep in mind that he should not take any favors from anyone. So even if you take some favors from anyone, you should not take for himself. You should take you should take it and give it to the Lord. So that or someone will take blessings from you. They do namaskaram to you. They touch your feet and all those things. So many things like. So you should be very careful in that. So here, yeah, Dhruva is, he wants the wealth, he wants position, he wants to take revenge of his stepmother. And for that, Dhruva's determination, Narada is also saying that yes, we have to worship Lord Vishnu. So actually, Narada Muni overlooked the Dhruva's motives, but he only looked the determination to serve Vishnu. Ena kena prakarena mana krishnena sevanat. So just like Bhakti Samgata Sindhu says, Rupa Goswami says, somehow or the other you should get connected to Krishna. Just like last time I also said, the gopis, they wanted to be with Krishna, their lust was completely become, they was purified. And Kamsa wanted to kill Krishna, and his envy was completely purified by thinking about always Krishna, 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 Krishna. Then finally Krishna appeared and he himself delivered him. So just like the sun, the powerful sun can even purify the urine, but the sun doesn't get affected or doesn't get contaminated. So then Narada Muni says that yes, it is very beautiful. Whatever your mother said, advice is such a wonderful thing, and that should be the only goal of yours. And anyone who desires such a success should definitely worship Lord Vishnu. And now, don't worry, I will instruct you how to worship Lord Vishnu. So he says that you have to first, he says that you have to go to the banks of river Yamuna near Madhuvana. It is the one of the Dwadasha Mahavana, 12 Mahavanas of Vrindavan, of Mathura Mandala. So Madhuvana is also one. In Madhuvana, there is a place where you can see there is a Dhruvatila. Dhruvatila is a small hillock where Dhruva did tapasya. He used to come, walk down to Mathura every day and go back. So that was such a big vana at that time. Just imagine, some thousands of years back. So Dhruva, he said that you have to take shelter of Rama Yamuna, and in the Madhuvana, you should always take three times bath in the sacred waters, and you should sit in an asana, and you should control your breathing techniques. You should control so that you can control your mind, and this way you have to start meditating upon the beautiful form of the Lord. And Narada then further he describes such a wonderful form of the Lord that Bhagavatam he says some beautiful, the verses are there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, you all should take it as a project. Whenever you see some beautiful, you should search in the Veda base or the Bhagavatam, like whatever, or Google or whatever you have. That beautiful form of the Lord from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Canto, the Lord in the heart. When Narada sees Lord in the heart, what is his beautiful form he explains in Bhagavatam. So here also that is a focus of meditation. What is the focus of meditation? Focus of meditation is not some light. Focus of meditation is not some dot. Focus of meditation is not some Brahmajyoti or something. Focus of meditation is the Lord's beautiful form. The whole of Bhagavatam says beautiful form, 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 form. So Lord's face is such a wonderful, such a beautiful, it's so pleasing, it's so youth, and he's not affected by any age. He's very beautiful, and his limbs are so beautiful, and his lips are so the reddish. His cheeks are so beautiful. He has a raised nose. His eyebrows are so beautifully formed, and his forehead is very broad, and his eyes, and he has a Shivatsa mark. He has a Kaustuba jewel on his chest, and he wears pitambara, and his body is the deep blue, darkish blue clouds like that, and he has a conchal like earrings, karnakundala, and he wears he has a chanka and chakra in his hands, and this how he has a gada and lotus flowers, and he has a jeweled crown and lot of necklaces and bracelets are all on his body and so glittering and so shining, and he has a waist belt, he has an arm belt, he has a ankle belts on his nupura on his feet, and like this beautifully explains the whole beautiful form of the Lord to Dhruva. So we have to understand actually material beauty only agitates the mind, but the spiritual beauty satisfies the mind. You have to understand this. So two things here the Narada he gave. One is He explained that you have to go to the river Yamuna, you have to take shelter of the Madhuvana, take 3 times bath, sit in a posture, and you should start meditating. What you should meditate? He told about the beautiful form of the Lord. Second one is, it also describes the beautiful character of the Lord. Wonderfully he explains that Lord is so compassionate, so affectionate to his devotees. Simply by his merciful glance, all our miseries can be removed from our heart. So, like this, very beautiful that Lord, see what happens, the beautiful form, materials, if some girl or some boy is very beautiful, so it can inspire one attraction. We get attracted. But if one wants attachment and affection, it is only because of the inner beauty, inner character. If someone is if someone's character is so beautiful, we get attachment, we get attached to that, we get really become affectionate to that. So we have the attraction, attachment, and affection are all different. So attraction may go off because of if you see that character is not good, isn't it? But character is very good, it's very beautiful. Then we get attachment, we get attached to it. So similarly, Dhruva carefully heard all the Narad Muni's beautiful description of Lord's form, his beautiful character, and he started thinking about that. And he had never heard about this before. It was so captivating, so beautifully described, especially Dhruva, the Narada explaining. Just imagine. So he saw that here he was so much satisfied by hearing from the Narada. And he, after hearing the beautiful description of the Lord's characters and his form, actually fell in love with the Lord more. And he wanted to, more than to achieve his goal, he wanted to see the Lord. See the Bhakti Bija by the Guru, how he puts in the heart after hearing the beautiful narration of the Lord. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vedi tattvataha tektva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti sochana. Lord. So when Narada Muni explained in this way that Bhaktilata Bija was installed in the heart of the Dhruva. So he was so innocent and he just simply heard and immediately went inside the heart. Hrudayantastu abhadrani vidunoti srasatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavati sevan. Nashtaprayeshu abhadratas will become nashta. If you do nityam bhagavati with Shraddha. So very nice key. So we have to understand this that although Narada Muni was personally guiding Dhruva in meditation, so Narada Muni was so much inspired by the boy's sincereness, their devotion. So very much important if you want to know. If at all, you have to understand the Lord is not desire fulfiller. But the maturity of our prayer, maturity of our devotion is what? Maturity of devotion is how I can relate with the Lord lovingly. Lovingly, we should get reciprocation from the Lord. That can happen by not seeing that He is a wish fulfiller, He is a helper, He is a desire fulfiller. Vidya dehi, buddhi dehi, nad dehi, this dehi. No, that way you can't really get the love of the Lord. So further, we'll understand from the next session that how Narada also gave a very beautiful mantra. He gave that wonderful mantra of Lord Vishnu, so that how to worship the Vishnu, how to chant this mantra, and how you should take up this process of sadhana bhakti, so that you can see the Lord face to face within next 6 months. That we'll discuss in the further session, in the next session. So anyone has any questions or any comments, please do let me know, else we can end the session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Class was very good, Prabhuji. I was lost. I want to understand one thing. You were saying that whoever does, I mean, the wrong to us, uh, to anybody, the I mean, they think that we have done wrong, no? So that way, the karma will affect them. Uh, I want to understand this portion of the your
See,
discussion.
on the face value, on the face
Mm,
value, when
mm,
something goes wrong, so try to
mm,
correct there if possible. If that's what you have to get into that three things. If they are seniors,
mm.
if they are equals, or if they're juniors. Obviously, if they're
I
juniors,
mean,
something has
if this
gone
is a
wrong with them.
non-devotee.
Even then, even they may be a non-devotee, all those things. He may be a senior in the age, or he may be senior in the education,
Mm,
whatever it is. That is up to your discretion. So that way, one thing is when something comes to our life then and there, so you should always
mm,
take 2, 3 breaths deep and try to calm down yourself, cool down, pacify yourself, and just close your eyes, just calm down, cool down, just make yourself stable. So when you're stable, a person can take a right kind of decisions. If a mind is very much agitated, when a mind is very agitated, no, just like
mm,
the water. If there is one ripple, one stone you put, the ripple will reach till the shores. If 100 stones you put,
mm,
all all different distortion. So when mind is
mm.
very peaceful and calm, without any affection, without any the fear, without any anger, without any envy, without any all those things. So
Mm.
when we make your mind very much cool, very much stable, that's what I told you last time also. In our ashram, my 26 years in ashram, I've never seen a devotee fighting, yelling, punching, scolding, shouting. I've never seen, because this practice
Yeah.
is on and on. So when something happens,
Yes.
immediately you have to cool down and just pacify yourself. Then right kind of actions, right kind of the words, the right kind of thoughts should come in. So you have to just think about the Lord. Just you have
Yeah.
to, that time it's where that's called spur of moment. You have to practice. It is by practice it can come. So when we always be chanting,
Okay.
always be reading Prabhupada books, always has good association, always good food, good lifestyle, things like that. Obviously, it will help you to be in the
Sorry,
sattva guna.
Prabhuji.
When
The
something comes
signal
in your
dropped.
life, the spur of moment, you're saying something?
Mm. Yeah, suddenly a signal went off. That's why I couldn't hear you.
Okay. So something comes in your life, just the calm down, cool down, please make yourself cool. And obviously, and then you just say it may be not true. Let's have some evidences, or let's analyze this. So if they are not interested in all those things, if still they are angry, all those things, okay, see, I have not done this mistake. I not this mistake. I not this mistake. Sorry for that. Any mistake if it happened from me, but let's clarify more, or let's have discussion, have peacefully, let's have discussion, and this way we can solve the problem. Otherwise, as I said, here also vengeance, they're also vengeance, or they're also negative thought, they're also negative thoughts. It will not go together. This only increases the thing. So in worst come worst case, what we have to do is you try to express and explain your view, your thought, your action, whatever you've done or not. Even despite all those things, if they don't agree in all those things, still they carry the same their own beliefs and things like that. Just leave that place. Just leave that place. Depend on Lord, and first you try to forget it. So they leave that place and start trying to forget it. Otherwise, it only kills us. They'll be happy. They'll be happy and things like that. Ah, we did it. But over a period of time, when you see that you are very silent and you are not being disturbed by that, they get agitated very much. The karma will go to them again. So
Okay. Okay.
you should always do this principle, and this way I think so. I have practically seen this. This is Pakka process. First and foremost, we have to cool down, calm down ourselves, take 4, 5 breaths and close our eyes and just open our eyes. And then you just tell this is not the truth and this is not the way. This is not, let's analyze things. But still, if there, just leave that place. There's no arguing in
Yeah.
that way. Simply, it
Correct.
disturbs, spoils our mind, their mind, and you
Yeah.
can't control. Once the
That is a
fire
better
of
idea.
anger, once the fire of anger is set up in your mind, you can't stop by any amount of water. So that burns our peacefulness. So thank
No,
you all so
Prabhuji, I was
much.
asking from the other.
Yes,
I was
Mataji.
asking from the other side, not any. I mean, the misunderstanding from the other end, not from my end or our end or whatever it is. That time, it's better to when the other person is not ready to listen to any of the views or clarifications or correction, rectifications or whatever. Just forget and leave the place is the best thing.
That is for the seniors and the your equals. So
Mm.
seniors also sometimes, yes, it may be because that way you have to correct them, bring them to the proper dharmic principles if they're not. But for the juniors, you should reprimand. So you should try to
Mm.
reprimand, saying that you don't listen to your to the elders. We are so experienced, and things like that you have to tell. And if still the juniors take up their own way of doing, just leave it. We are all individuals. No one can force anyone.
Yes.
Yes, Manoj, thank you so much. Srila
Okay,
Prabhupada
thank
ki
you.
jai. Hare Krishna, Hare